going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Rise Inside Productions. We're back with not a reaction video for you today. We got ourselves an interview. Today we're going to be interviewing Devitalized. This is New England's up-and-coming deathcore band. They're really good, really, really good. We gave their second single off their last album, Flesh Pit, a listen on the channel. So go make sure you hit that up. But today we've got four of the boys in the band. They're going to be talking about this album, what's coming up next for them, and it was a really good time talking to these guys. So hope you enjoy listening, and then make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and down in the description below will be everything Devitalized. So give them all the love. So here, enjoy the interview. All right, everybody. We have our interview with Devitalized, New England's up and coming deathcore boys. We got up on my like next to me is Dawson, and then
Tom.
Tom, and then down below
Tommy Guns.
Tommy Guns. There you go. And then down below we got JP. So,
What up,
boys,
gang?
thank you for doing this. First of all, really do appreciate this.
Oh yeah, of course, dude.
For sure.
Anytime, anytime.
Alrighty. So, first question I got is, how do we feel about this new album? A couple weeks ago, you guys released it. Anything to report on?
JP, how you feeling about the album?
We're gonna blow. No, just kidding. I love it. I'm very proud of what we did as a team. Like, of course, we had minor roadblocks throughout it, but spending the time in the studio together and being able to make something like we all really enjoy was honestly just really fun. And like, we did everything that we wanted to with it. Every song is unique, and like that's why I love it so much. Like Dawson's, like signature with Flesh Pit and JoJo's signature with Karma. Like both are two different songs, but both have like an amazing sound for each of them. And it's just a really like experimental album. And for our first album, I think that's a really great way to set the bar.
How about you, Dawson?
Yeah, I would agree, dude. It's funny because I joined the band like mid-August and kind of just went straight to work on the record as we were kind of rebuilding that lineup. So it's kind of going from like talking to JP and JoJo at their house, and like I remember JP was like, "Yeah, we want to write this song called Welcome Back," and then like the next day was when we went into my studio and demoed it. So just kind of seeing, like, this is my first time really doing like a professional production, I guess. Like I always like was mixing stuff on my own, but I like seeing the album come from like the demo stages to what it is now. Like I just think it's kind of like crazy because I just like I'm like, I like JP. I'm really proud of what we did, and kind of just we kind of just had like a time crunch, but we were able to kind of lock in, build a new family, and just create a killer record. So that's I'm feeling like I love this album. I really do.
That's your Tom.
Okay.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
So yeah. No, like actually, I was one of the last ones besides our drummer Andrew, who's not here with us, but I was one of the last ones to join. I play in another band, a metalcore band from Bridgewater called May We Meet Again. Shout out the boys. And I was playing for them, and our drummer from that band was playing for us for a little bit. He was helping out with the album and stuff. Great dude. His name's Tay. I was trying to help them find a bass player originally, and I couldn't handle being in both, whatever it was. And then I just decided, like, I clicked with these guys. I want to join. Fast forward, I ended up joining the band. So the album was like halfway done when I joined. I heard the demos. I was like, man, these guys are going hard. This is what I want to do. So I came into the last studio session, wrote a little bit of lyrics, put some bass in here and there, track vocals, did the cleans and everything. And when I saw it all in front of me, what was done before I got here, I was like, wow, like these guys, I'm on the same page with these dudes. And from there, we just kind of clicked and locked in. Like the song Karma Sutra, Joe wrote that riff long ago. And I was with him when he gave me the idea. He was like, dude, listen to this riff. I was like, use that, take it, run with it. And we went to the studio. We just all collectively came together and just made it, I'd say, one of the strongest tracks on the album, in my opinion. And same thing, Flesh Pit was already done when I joined, but that's another heavy hitter, And yeah, it blew my mind, to be honest. That's all I can really say. I agree with these guys as well.
Yeah, and like this recording process, I noticed that from like your earlier songs to this new album that the production value took a massive step up. It sounded
For sure.
so great. And like when you guys are recording, I think Dawson, you told me you guys went to the middle of nowhere in New York to get this done, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what are some like war stories that happen up there? I mean, you guys are saying you guys had this time crunch, like were there good times,
Oh,
bad times, funny times?
I got a pretty good story. So because of scheduling reasons, so the way we kind of scheduled like each session. So because of like work scheduling and stuff, we had like a 5 day stretch, and the first 2 days was just me. I was going up there to record, to track State of Aggression and Flesh Pit, because those were the two songs I guess were like primarily written by me, or whatever. So I knew the parts best. So they're like, all right, Dawson, go up, track guitars and everything for that. And then on that third day, JP and JoJo were going to come up. And that's when they re-recorded Deep Cuts, Godslayer, X_X, the songs that came out before I was in the band. So on that last day that I was there, whatever, it was like I stayed for the morning. JP tracked some vocals. I helped out with some like lyric writing and stuff in the morning. And then I leave, and this was in like early to mid January. And I leave the studio. I say bye to the boys. I go, like, it's clear as day out, and then I go to the gas station to pump some gas. The second I start pumping gas, like a blizzard came down, like out of nowhere. It was kind of nuts, and I remember them calling me and being like, "Yo, are you like good to like drive home? Like it looks pretty bad out there." I was like, I got this. So I did a 2.5 hour drive back where I couldn't really see anything past like 10 feet away from me for a while. So I kind of just kept the car on 20 miles an hour, and I made it back safely. And turns out my car was shaking a lot during that car ride too. And when I got back to Massachusetts, I took my car to the shop, and turns out like I needed my right axle like completely replaced because it was like about to fall off. So yeah, that's like a little war. That's like my war story from the riding like 120 miles home, like on a car that was like on its last limb almost.
Wow.
I got a great story.
I think I already know where he's going.
This one's with me and Guns over here.
Oh my God. All right.
I know.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna come up. Shoot, JP, shoot.
So we're doing the recording, and then we finished up our session for the day. And now I'm with Tommy, and I'm like, yo, and Tay's up there too. It was actually all of us. I think it was right when Dawson left. And me and Tommy wanted to unwind. We were supposed to be writing some lyrics for Karma Sutra because we had to kind of work around the lyrics we had. We were just having a tough battle with the lyric writing overall. And me and Tommy decided to unwind, and we're upstairs blasting NWA, smoking some weed, playing Madden, having the time of our lives. The producer comes up, and he's on the phone with his vocalist for his band. And Tommy, what did he say to Tyler or whatever it was?
So Tyler is a very good lyricist. He's a killer lyricist. So Tyler he was helping us write Karma, and he was telling us like have them listen to rap music because the song's about like the Garden of Eden, the temptation of sex, all that. And Tyler's like, well, that's what you find in rap music. So have them listen to rap music. I'm going to tell them to listen to rap music. So we go up, and for whatever reason, we weren't listening because of what he said. We were blatantly disregarding it. My bad, Tyler, if you're watching this. And JP just decides to put on NWA. Great, NWA's fire. But JP's like, let's play Madden. Mind you, the kid brings a PlayStation to the studio, right? So he's got a PlayStation set up on like a 60-inch TV where we were staying, and we're playing Madden. By the way, I'm kicking JP's ass at Madden. I always do, no matter who. Anyways, I won't go too far into that. So our producer walks upstairs. Joe and Tay are kind of doing their homework, what he likes to call it. Me and JP are sitting on the couch, We're playing Madden. So he's like, what are you guys doing? You're supposed to be writing lyrics for the song. So I keep my mouth shut because I just accepted defeat. This fucking kid JP decides to say, he goes, oh no, we're doing them while we're playing. Like, we're doing them right now. And he has like he was so faded. Like you can't. This is like out of a storybook, dude. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, and we got roasted for it. It was so funny, bro.
No, I was like third joint deep. I was like, dude, I'm writing them right now. What are you
going like
talking
two different
about?
ways.
Yeah, like that. Dude.
Like literally, I was like, what do you mean, bro? We're writing them right now. And he's like, you guys are not listening to me. And then Tyler was like, NWA, that's not sexy. Because he was like, he wanted us to listen to like 80s R&B style rap, you
Like
know,
the Weekend or something. Like the
yeah,
Weekend,
stuff like that.
Tory
And we
Lanez,
were
I don't know,
just
something like
listening
that.
we were listening to straight gangster pop rap, like, and
Like West Coast OG gangster music.
it was great. I mean, I was just bumping. I was having a great time. I was trying to unwind, and I dropped the ball on that. I'm not gonna lie, but tried to save it, and that didn't happen. So, um, that's my little funny story.
No. Perfect. Well, a bunch of great songs off this album, and I see that God Slayer is there. And that song came out last year, sometime last year, I remember. It features Tom Barber of Chelsea Grin. Now I think JP, you were the only one in the band at the time that worked with him. I think. I'm not
Yeah,
how was
yeah, and my brother, I guess, but yeah.
But how was working with a guy like Tom Barber? I met him once, and he's by far the coolest dude I've ever met. Like he goes up there screaming crazy.
He is. He's a sweetheart. He's a really nice guy. So originally, when we were sitting down writing Godslayer way back when, like I had lyrics for it, and it was just like it was a little too like blatant, I guess, about Elden Ring. And when him and I were like starting to collab on the song and work on it, he's like, "Oh, would you be down if I changed some of the lyrics and stuff, yada yada?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And then, I mean, pretty much rewrote all the lyrics, which is totally cool because the other lyrics I'm using for a few projects if we ever do it. Anyway, but he was just super sweet. I actually remember when I was on my way home from a job interview, and he called me and was like, "Oh, how you doing today?" And I was like, "Good, good." And I was with my dad too. And he's like, "Cool, I'm in the studio right now recording the feature and doing the song. And how do you want me to do it? Do you want me to just like free ball it? Like, what do you?" I was like, "Bro, do whatever you feel is comfortable." Like, and he was like, "Cool, cool." And he just like a couple hours later sent me the feature, and it was just like I was like, "Dude, this is awesome." And then we ended up putting it all together. But he was great to work with. He was super quick. He was very active. Like I didn't have to wait a super long time to hear back from him. Like he actually, I remember like when the whole kind of thing came up, they were on tour with Dying Fetus, and they played the Palladium upstairs, and it was after I was chilling on the tour bus. Before the show, we were chilling on the tour bus, and then I showed him some of the new stuff that I had been working on way back when, and then he was showing me the actually unreleased new Chelsea Grin album at the time, like the Suffer in Hell and stuff. And I showed him the Godslayer, track, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I would love to be a part of it. I know you've been asking like if we could collab sometime. I'd love to do it on this one." I was like, "Awesome," and that's kind of how it happened. But he was just super sweet. He's always been very kind to me. He's been very supportive of Devitalized. I mean, he reposted some of our stuff. He likes all the photos usually. Like he's always watching, lurking behind the scenes. And if he watches this, I know you're lurking. But he's a great guy, and Chelsea Grin is one of my favorite bands.
Tom Beasy.
Tom Beasy, bro. He's inspired me a lot as a vocalist, as you may tell by the way I use my vocals and stuff too.
Now, how did you guys meet?
I met him like long time ago. I was a lot younger for sure, but It was just through DMs. I actually liked Lorna Shore when I'm not going to be that guy, but I like Lorna Shore before they were big.
That's Jake. Jake's not here, but Jake was all about that. He was like, "Oh, I saw them in Cambridge when they were playing in front of 1,000 people." I'm like, "All right,
yeah,
Jake,
dude,
let's pipe down."
they're awesome, man. Like, that was a long time ago. It was honestly just through DMs, but I was watching Lorna Shore videos. One of their videos had popped off. It was when they were playing in this like room at a local show. I don't know, Jersey or something, but it was young Tom Beasy, bro. And there was no stage. It was just local heads. And they were playing Godmaker. And I was like, dude, this is so good. And I remember I was just like, how do you do your vocals like that and stuff? And then just sort of met him. And then when he was in Chelsea Grin, went to one of the shows that they came around, and he ended up talking and saying, being very nice and respectful. And we just kind of hit off as homies, and he was always very sweet to me. I remember that Dying Fetus show. I had lost a lot of weight over COVID too. And I was at the show. It was the first one there because I was just waiting to say hi because he said pull up. And then he comes out the bus and he takes a look at me and like turns away and then looks again. And he's like, JP? And then he ran over. He's like, yo, let me load up my gear real quick. We'll chill on the bus. And I was like, bet, bro, bet. And then it was just great. It's like one of those things where he never forgot who I was and always remembered me and supports that. I mean, loves the support I've given them. And I'm glad that he's, returning the favor to us and supports us and sees our potential and just how hard we work as a band overall. So
he's the GOAT, bro. Tom Barber's the GOAT. Hands down.
Like
I'll
met
die
him,
on that hill. Tom Barber is the GOAT.
I met him at New England Metal and Hardcore Fest. And like I remember meeting him, and he was just like, what got you into the music? And he was like starting to ask me like all these questions. Like all the other guys were just like sign, pass along. He was like the only dude that wanted to like have a full on conversation with everybody that would go through. He's a sick dude. But I hear you say that I've noticed too, but your vocals really like mirror Tom Barber. Like my next question to everybody is like, where do you guys take your inspiration into writing your music? I'll go with Tom. Or
Dawson, start for us. Yeah, Dawson.
Like instrumentally, like, well, I will say, I kind of have phases of sound, like, I kind of like have phases of like different bands that I listen to, and they usually have something different about them that I kind of like, I don't want to say steal, but it inspires me to kind of think differently about like specifically guitar writing. Like, I'll be honest, Flesh Pit, when I was writing I told you the original version of Flesh Pit was written as a final project for my songwriting class before I even joined Devitalized. That was written during a crazy knocked loose phase. So I kind of just like, I don't know. I like when I write, I love dissonance. I love groove. Like the groove really comes in, like my groove really comes in on Welcome Back, I think. I love taking pieces of the stuff I listen to and kind of just putting it into one. I have a lot of tendencies with certain riffs. Like I use a lot of similar shapes, but I always kind of, keep it fresh.
Shoot it over to JP or Tommy. You guys decide.
Tommy, you want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll go first. For me, honestly, like I'm a fan of like all of the hardcore subgenres, like from anywhere from post-hardcore, pop punk, all the way to deathcore, tech death metal, like pretty much everything. I'm a very big fan of kind of like Chelsea Grin, in my opinion, is the perfect band. Obviously, we don't want to be just like Chelsea Grin. But I'm really into like Invent Animate, Currents, all of those like more progressive, facts, more progressive style, like the clean tones they use. I just think those bands are killer. I like that stuff, but I also like the world of pop music and hip hop. I'm a big rap fan. I love new metal. I love pop music. Like our Chaos show, you can look at the pictures. I was wearing a Dua Lipa shirt. It's not just because I want to be cool. I fuck with Dua Lipa. I love Dua Lipa. Her music is fire. So like that's why I like Darko so much. And like for me, writing, I want to take writing from any genre and put it into what you would call deathcore, hardcore, whatever you like to call it, whatever you want to call it.
As core, bro.
Yeah, devitalized core. That's pretty much my goal, and I'm sure the other guys are kind of on that same page. But for me, what stands out to me right now is what bands like Currents and Invent and Boundaries is another one that I'm crazy about right now. All of that stuff, man, is just bread and butter to me. Chelsea Grin too, the goats. You know.
Yeah, kind of similar to Tommy. I'm very, very big in rap. Whether it's like from like Ghostman to like, I mean, I love 21 Savage. I love Kodak Black. He's actually my favorite rapper. Shout out Yak. I genuinely enjoy synthwave, retrowave music. I love deathcore, hardcore. I pretty much listen to it all as if I can vibe with it or feel it. And that's how I find a lot of my flow throughout the music. Like in Karma Sutra, you can notice that. I mean, I wouldn't consider it like super rappy, but it has that fast paced, like, rap tone that I do, like my neck, your breath, shut up, da, 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 da. Like I'm flowing with the song because that's my biggest thing. A lot of bands I listen to are very just like over the song, and that's awesome. But one thing I like that Tom does too, and that I think I got a lot of inspiration from, is how he likes to flow with the music, and I feel like that just makes the song better overall. So when we were in the studio and doing all that stuff, that's just how I did it. But I like rap, I like pop music, I like synthwave, I love deathcore, I love hardcore, anything I can vibe with, and it really helps me match what or gives me the inspiration to like really like do it on a song. I want to really make music that you can enjoy and listen to anytime, but that isn't just straight heavy or straight sad or slow. Like I want it to be a song that you listen to and dance to, groove to. Like, well, I remember when we were doing Welcome Back, and I don't know, there's one part of the song I love. It goes like dude, I always replay that part because it genuinely like it makes me like groove. I don't know, like I love groovy kind of music that's just fun to listen to. Unique, fun, and just overall enjoyable for any time you're doing whatever.
Awesome. Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was recently at a show. I was at the Sanguisugabog show a couple weeks ago, Paradise Club, and Peeling Flesh opened for them. And like,
Yep,
I don't think I've ever
love them.
seen, I don't think I've ever seen that many people in one area for like a slam band do like club dancing. And I was like, this is so funny. Like they're just everyone's like that. I'm like, wow, this is the true power of metal. Is like you can just do whatever the hell you want with it. But I don't want to keep
Yeah,
you
that's.
too much longer. What were you gonna say, JP?
Oh, I was gonna say, Peeling Flesh is actually one of my favorite like slam bands, so to speak, because they're very like. I like what they do with their stuff. They have that like the memes and stuff in their
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
They have great messages, and they just kind of go hard like always. That's
That they might have stolen the show for that bill because I remember it was saying with Sugarpug Jesus piece, them and Gag. I think they maybe stole it.
Dude, Jesus Piece is fire. I love those guys.
yeah.
I saw them a little bit at New England
Yeah.
Hardcore Fest for like a couple seconds in the upstairs. For some reason, they had the upstairs be the main be a stage, and there was
Because Enterprise Earth played up there too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know why they did it. It was definitely a fire hazard because there must have been like 700 people in that room, and that room does not hold 700 people.
Yeah,
Like
no,
those
I
were
believe
like
it.
this with one another. It's like I don't know if I want to be here.
They packed the house, bro. They packed the house with
They
that
sure
one.
do. But I'm gonna give you guys the last question. What's next for Devitalized?
JP, this one's you, buddy.
Where do you see it going?
Um, for me, mainly, I know we're definitely trying to push out new music. We're definitely cooking. Of course, we're not rushing anything. We're gonna let the album ride. Of course, we have some new stuff coming. We have merch. We're gonna definitely play as many fucking shows as we can. We got the hardcore in the on June 7th, which we're super stoked for. And overall, we really just want to keep doing what we're doing and making that unique, fun sound that everyone's been loving so far. this is the next era of Devitalized. Like everyone in the band, we just clicked so well, and we all love what we're doing, and like genuinely love being around each other. Like I can't think of one time where I haven't been like, "Hey Tommy, let's hang out, let's get food," and we've just hung out. Besides, get besides music, like we're brothers. We should all be loving each other if we're going to be spending a lot of time in a studio or in a van together. So honestly, we're going to do what we do. We're going to keep making the music you guys love, and we're going to keep expanding our horizons as well and making newer, crazier music. And the whole like unique sound thing is not going to change. We're going to keep that going. We're not going to fall into the same like pattern of making the same music, because that was our whole goal from the start, is to make different music that like, as we say, it's different. But overall, our future is to hopefully get on some tours, and if it's possible, maybe what the dream is to sign a deal like everyone wants to. And my goal for sure is to give back to those that helped us and supported us, and really give back to our community. And I really hope this can take flight and everyone is fucking with what we're doing, because we're killing it and we're working hard and we're doing the best we can to honestly give everyone a voice and give everyone a sound that everyone's gonna love. So yeah, that's really it.
I was gonna say, JP, I started writing a little demo yesterday. I'll show it to you when you get to my house later.
I'm about like 1 second away from your house.
Oh, you're already on your way here?
Yeah, bro. I just passed Buscemi's, bro.
All right, bro.
But yeah, I'm just gonna add one thing to what JP said. I feel like not sometimes it's not an issue, but an issue in some bands is the fact that the members of the bands, and I've noticed this, they don't really get along as friends. Their creative brains just kind of mold really well, and that's why they're in a band together. For me in specific, I can't be in a band with people that aren't my boys. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be in a band with my brothers, or I'm not going to shine. That's just how it goes. And that's how it goes for all of us.
Yeah.
And the best thing about this lineup right here, this band, and pretty much everything we're doing, is the fact that if we weren't musicians, if we didn't all have the same goal, we'd still be homies. And that, like, nothing's going to change it. You know what I mean?
100%.
And that's why we're so passionate to do this. That's why going to practice and putting in hours it's not a burden to us, because we just all genuinely enjoy each other's company. We enjoy hanging out, playing games, fucking around, anything really. It's just, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, we have the creative minds, and we just genuinely have the care and love for each other. Like, I can't think of a time where I've hung out with Tommy and like, this guy, or I literally called Austin and be like, let's go get cookies, bro, from Crumble. Like, we actually hang out outside of
Bro will call me and be like, it's Whopper Wednesday, bro. What we doing?
Yeah,
drag me over the other night.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. We all love being around each other. We love doing what we're doing, and I think that's what it really, you see it in the music. Like, it speaks volumes, and we're very just thankful and grateful, and we're happy to be doing it, and we're going to definitely continue doing that.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Well, boys, I don't want to keep you too much longer here. I think we're going to call it, but I'm going to make sure to drop everything in the description, or in our bio, description, whatever, and make sure to drop your website. You got anything else you guys want to throw out there? Promote?
Hardcore the Heat, June 7th. Gonna be a crazy fucking set. We got like a little surprise in there.
Yeah, we got some
surprises.
We got a fun surprise.
You get to see the JP and Guns comedy session in IRL.
100%. Hundo. We always joke around like, I'm here.
It'll be fun. It'll be really fun.
But boys, thank you again for doing this. This is really awesome. First ever interview on this channel. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, it's awesome. Glad to be part of it.
I think sometime in the future we should all get together in person. Let's get the whole story of Devitalized. Let's sit down.
Oh yeah.
Sit down around a round table discussion. That ought to be fun.
I don't know if you guys can see, but hold on.
Oh, this for the people. That's JP right there.
All right. Boys. Thank you again.